Well, on Sports Desk, there is nothing called lesser sport. It is equal dose with equal measure, where we bring to you happenings in the world of sports. And today we'll be bringing some golf action to you, no doubt. A lot is happening, and you guaranteed so much as far as other sports is concerned. But we start with the aftermath of the CAF Awards, dominated by Nigeria, no doubt. Victor Osimhen, indeed, named the best player on the continent of Africa. 24 years ago was the last time a Nigerian was named the best player on the continent. And even from the presidency, it was indeed a commendation for Nigerians who were indeed awardees as far as the Confederation of Africa Football Awards 2023 is concerned. Victor Osimhen in the men's category, Asisat Oshoala in the women's category, and you also have Nadozie, goalkeeper for the Super Falcons, and the Falcons were also named the best team as far as women's football is concerned. But then joining us on the program at this point in time from Spain, the land of Ramadan. He played for Barcelona Football Club. He was also a former African Footballer of the Year award winner. In fact, the year 1994, Emmanuel Amunike was named the best player on the continent of Africa. And I will never forget that goal against Bulgaria when Nigeria made her debut at the 1994 edition of the FIFA World Cup. Well, he joins us from Spain, assistant coach at the moment. Former under-17 coach in 2015 led Nigeria to success and also coached the Taifa Stars of Tanzania. He has a rich CV. Emmanuel Amunike, it's nice to have you on the program Sports Desk.
Thank you very much. Good evening.
Well, Amunike, you are a former African Player of the Year award winner in the year 1994, precisely. And it took Nigeria almost 3 decades, 24 years, to get another player to win the African Footballer of the Year award. Is it that we don't have quality players anymore? Or what do you think led to that long stay of Nigeria not winning the best player on the continent again?
Thank you very much. I think I would just respond it in this way. Football has evolved a lot. A lot of countries in Africa also have the privilege, to have players that are playing in the competitive league. So that has also afforded their players to be in a position, to compete for the best award, to compete for the best trophy in Africa. It is true that, like you mentioned, it took us 24 years for we to have a Nigeria now being the king. But also, I could say it's a kind of, we dwell on moment success, which during the 90s, we were dominating and we were blessed with a lot of good players. But I think also, from my humble opinion and my humble beginning, I begin to think that, we never thought that there will be a time that probably most of those of our players, including I myself, that was part of that generation, age will be catching up with us, injury will be catching up with us, and then suddenly, when those scenarios start to happen, we never had players that we have already prepared, to be able to replace the old players that were there, and that really, took us far behind. We were kind of a little bit of confused because we have, relatively enjoy a lot of success when it comes to football and African football. But now we begin to struggle. But the good thing is that I think it's not only about, we have new generation. We have crop of good players now, which I personally was part of this project. I could remember when I came back in 2013 to be first assistant to Manu Gaba when we won the first World Cup in 2013. And after the World Cup, and the discussion was we should all move to the under-20. And then we said no. let us divide the team. Some should go to the under-20, some should remain with the under-17, so that we can have that line of production of players to have continuity. And that is exactly what we did. And that's what you are seeing today, the likes of Iheanacho, Wilfred Ndidi. Then now you are seeing Osimhen, Chukwueze, the rest of them. So I think, we have to be proactive in our reasoning, and we have to, recognize that football, has evolved a lot, and a lot of people, a lot of countries are also developing their players. It all goes down on how are we also, developing our player? What type of, inclusive are we even, bringing on board that we enhance our players? That not every player have the privilege to be in Abuja, but I can tell you, Nigeria is a very, very vast in terms of our geopolitical zone and region. And there are a lot of players being hidden. They don't even have that privilege. But it's a good thing that we have Osimhen today. It's a good thing we also have the female assist. We have Chiamaka, the goalkeeper. And it's also good that, how will I say, today Nigeria national team is being recognized. The federation is being recognized as the national team of the year. But what we can do now is to, to build on this and see how we can continue to develop our players for future engagement.
With millions of viewers watching the CAF Awards, and when Victor Osimhen was named the best player on the continent, Emmanuel Amunike, the first thing Osimhen said was, Emmanuel Amunike, if not for you, I will not be here today. And that was the project you're talking about from 2015, winning the FIFA Under-17 World Cup. And if I may say, like father, like son, Emmanuel Amunike, former African Player of the Year winner, now one of your products is the current winner. How does this make you feel, taking a look at the service you rendered Nigeria in the year 2015, bringing Osimhen to the Under-17 team?
Well, I feel proud. I feel, fulfilled in terms of, I remember what I need to go through, to make sure that the right things are being done. And what are the right things? I'm one of, in the opinion that every human being, everybody deserve, to be looked at, and everybody deserve to be given opportunity. And when that scenario, came to be in charge of these players, I know the journey we went through, and even the players, I remember my first encounter with them after the screening, and I sat with them, and one of the things I told them was they shouldn't look at me as an African Footballer of the Year, or they shouldn't look at me as someone that have played the game to the highest level. I'm here as a brother to them. I'm here to guide them. I'm here to, be with them to achieve their objectives. And I'm happy that was achieved. And I could remember that was 2014 when I told them in one of our meetings that my dream, and if they continue to work hard, one of them will become African Footballer of the Year one day. And it came to be. So we are happy what we have done. And I didn't do it looking for glory or looking for anything. I think as a child, I grew up playing this game, and I know how passionate our people are when it comes to football. And after playing this game, God has given me the privilege to have been all over the world and been among the best. And after playing the game, and the same God, through Nigerians, they gave me opportunity to come and serve them. And I think the least I could do for Nigerians is to do what is right. And that is exactly what I did. I stood with the players, regardless of the challenges we went through, regardless of a lot of things is being said about me, regardless of many things. But I stood with them, and I make sure that, I guided them to achieve their dreams. And today we are seeing Osimhen. So, it's a joy. It's not about Emmanuel Amunike. It's about collective effort. Nigerians deserve the best when it comes to football. Nigerians deserve, to be happy. And the way we are when it comes to the game, we are passionate. And I know Nigerians, and I can tell you from my experience as a player, it's not all about winning or all about losing sometimes. But at least it's all about the commitment. It's all about the dedication. It's all about the desire. It's all about how you are showing you want to win. Even if you lose, Nigerians can understand that, oh, these guys, they put everything. But they lost, but at least they fought for it. So I think that passion is something I know at the under 17 level, I try to introduce to them. I try to make them to understand that they're not only just playing for themselves. Yeah, they're playing for themselves and their family, but at the same time, millions of Nigerians, look onto them. Millions of new generation look onto them. And, I'm very, very happy that, one of us, Osimhen, was able to achieve this feat. And what we can say now is, we thank God for that. And we thank him also for recognizing me and recognizing my backroom staff, because it's not just about me alone, but the backroom staffs. One of us, may he so rest in peace, Kabiru Baleri, that was part of that team. He has passed on. But I know wherever he is, may he so rest in peace. He will be happy that in 2015, he was part of the journey. And in 2023, one of the players that he coached is the king of Africa in football today. So, we are happy for Osimhen. We are happy for Nigerians. It's not an individual success. This is a collective success. And it also tells whomever find himself in any position, just do what is right, regardless of what people, say about you, or what people think about you, or what you're going to gain, what you're not going to gain. Do what is right and what is needful, because in the time, like they say, it's all the time we tell what reasons cannot, heal.
All right. As soon as Victor Osimhen was named the African Player of the Year in 2023, news filtered in everywhere, most especially on social media platforms. We know there are different categories in getting to know who the best player will be. One of those is voting by coaches, voting by captains and all that. And the news that filtered in was that Emmanuel Amunike had the opportunity to vote and probably decided to vote for Mohamed Salah and not Victor Osimhen. And a lot of Nigerians have not been happy with this. Emmanuel Amunike, how true is this story?
Well, I think when I woke up in the morning, I saw that news, going around some WhatsApp platform with some journalists, creating a lot of sin. But one thing I also need to, we are educated in our country. And like you just said, the question we need to ask sometimes is Emmanuel Amunike eligible to vote? There is no way I was not a national team coach. Neither was I engaged in any club. So I never have the opportunity to vote for Osimhen. Even when the voting was going on, I was not even aware who voted, who did not voted. The video you people saw circulating, it was a discussion in the bus when we're going to play a game. And it was not even a discussion about whether it's the African Footballer of the Year or not. It was a discussion between two Arab guys, the Egyptian guys and the Moroccan guys. And when I was approached, they say, Hakimi or this thing, and then I say, Salah. So it was not about who would be the African Footballer of the Year. But of course, people will always pick the area that is suitable to them and try to place it, in the opinion, in the public, so that to create confusion. But we are not bothered about that, because if we continue talking on this, it's like we are giving it so much relevance that, it really happens. There is nothing like that. I never voted. I was never part of the panel that voted. And no time I was approached to vote. I was even happy to see Victor, because we were. If you go back to in the award, you will go back and see many interviews I granted. The first interview I granted to Kule Sola Eja, was in the morning, and when he asked me about the situation, and I told him openly, I said, if this award is for individual performance, Victor deserved it, because when you look at what he has done with his team in Napoli, and then when you look at the other players, okay, yeah, Salah in Liverpool, but this season, he was not all that consistent.
Okay.
Hakimi, they get to the semi-final, but that was a collective effort getting to the semi-final. But when you look at Osimhen, what he did with Napoli, he single-handed, with the collaboration of his team to win the league for Napoli. And I think he deserves it. So when people start putting things on social media in Nigeria and creating a whole lot of, I've been insulted a lot, but I will never get angry for that. A lot of people have said a lot of things about me, but I don't need to be bothered about that. I'm clear with my conscience. Victor Osimhen knows me very well. He knows what I think. He knows what I think about them. He knows what I think about him. So I wish him the very best of luck. I'm happy that, that a player that came through us, then after I have won it in 1994, being the first African player that plays on African soil and won it, and then somebody that went through us as a player going back to win it. So we are happy. We don't need to, engage ourselves in a lot of talking. What is important is to be focused and think of what you need to do that can impart positive meaning to people.
Emmanuel Amunike, 1994 African Footballer of the Year award winner, former Super Eagles player. I must say very big thank you for finding out time to clear the air and talk to us on the program Sports Desk. Many thanks once again.
Thank you very much. Thank you for your time.